What is up, Twitch, and welcome to Ray's Flaves, lunchtime with Ray's Flaves. Holy moly, the sounds you're listening to are DJ Sam Duran in the background. Holy moly, welcome in. For the next 30 minutes, I'll be on lunch, approximately 30 minutes for this, and we've got an amazing lunchtime live for you, ready to go. What is up, Painty Polish? Welcome in. If you're just joining us, this is the Ray's Flaves, lunchtime with Ray's Flaves. It's a quick 30-minute lunch, and we're going to talk about whatever passion the guest has, and this guest is DJ Sam Duran. We're going to have him join us in a few seconds. But first, a couple announcements. If you need to get a hold of me at all, if you have any nail questions, put them in the chat. If you need to get a hold of me for anything at all, rayyoungnails.com, or hit me up on the chat right there. We can take care of that as well for you. I don't mind all day long with you guys. I love it. But check it out. A couple announcements as well. We just launched the Box JM interview on Spotify yesterday morning. That's the people that resell the amazing Air One, the different Adidas, Nike shoes. Then they design the box for you custom, Maddie and John, and they sell that to you for a killer rate. The shoes are cheaper, but you're getting amazing custom box coverage and hand painted by Maddie herself. So it's a pretty amazing story. Make sure you go to Spotify to listen to that. Also, make sure you're following us on YouTube. We've got a lot of secret videos coming out in the future. We've got a lot of stuff that we're working on for YouTube, so make sure you're following us on YouTube as well, and get that going, because it's a lot of great content on YouTube as well. So in a few minutes here, we're going to have Sam Duran on the show. And he's awesome. He's an amazing DJ. He's local here in Costa Mesa, and he's an amazing guy. So please, without further ado, help me welcome Mr. DJ Sam Duran to the show. Sam Duran, what's up, my man?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for having me, Ray.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Well, Alice Froppy, what is up, Alice Froppy? Haven't seen you in a while. What's up, Alice Froppy? Fantastic. Welcome in, guys. Lunchtime live with Ray's Flav. This show's about passion. We're going to find out what DJ Sam Duran's passion is. I believe it's DJ, right, Sam Duran?
Let's go.
Fantastic.
Also, I want to start with saying happy late birthday. Your birthday was about 2 days ago.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. We're celebrating all week long. We started last Saturday. We're going to celebrate the whole week.
It's your birthday week.
Yep, that's right. We're partying here. Crazy, man. I had recently had your dad on, the great hypnotist Kevin Dutois. Right. On the show.
That's right.
He's awesome. He talked about his son, and he was awesome guest, and he talked about his whole life. And every time you talk to the guy, and you're lucky he's your dad, because every time you talk to him, super positive. Like, I felt like I was Joe Rogan after he left. I felt like I was the best podcaster in the world.
That dude will motivate you to want to shoot for the moon.
Exactly. He'll be like, no, not the beach, not the sky, the space. Yep. That's how he talks. Exactly. Like the space. That's awesome, man. It's awesome. That's crazy. Does he do that to you too? He makes you like
all the time.
All your life?
He's poured so much love into me. He's been my biggest motivator and support system throughout my whole career and just pursuing what I love, because he's somebody who is like, don't just settle for what you think is like safe. He's like, go for what you want to, go for what you love. It might be difficult, but you can do it, and if you want to, you got to go out and make it happen.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's got to be great.
He's given me the ability to dream and not be so limited. He's really allowed me to open up and pursue what I love. That's
huge. That's what I was going to ask you, is how that affects you. You just said it right there. It changes the mindset, right? You most of the time we're like, well, I don't know, or we're doubting. He's like, what could be possible?
Exactly.
There's this expanse out, and it widens your mind to what possibly could be, right?
100%.
Instead of having that limited belief. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Crazy. It's awesome. So you're a DJ. I mean, you're up all night DJing in clubs all over Orange County, right?
Yeah, beginning to. I love to DJ and also produce music. So
nice.
My passion is to become overall an artist and produce music, and then also my instrument is a DJ controller. So a lot of people have guitars, they can sing. I can't sing or play any of that. I just kind of know music theory. So I'm like the guy behind the scenes on the computer that can make
Oh wow.
all the music that you hear. But yeah, I can't play any instrument. I knew how to play guitar once and didn't like my teacher, but overall, I just love what like house music is, and that's my stuff. So I guess we roll. And
Hell yeah, dude. I freaking, when I was probably in my early 20s, that was when the rave scene was hard over here. Freaking Jason Bentley was my favorite DJ. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah.
Jason Bentley. We followed Jason Bentley all over LA. Anytime he played, we'd follow him around. Like we were stalking him, and freaking we'd go to all the like in the middle of the freaking desert, dude. Like empty lakes that used to be lakes in the dinosaur times were like no water anymore, just all dusty hills. And then in the middle of that lake, way in the center of where the lake used to be, is like this DJ stage, just giant speakers constantly, or some crazy farm in the middle of Palmdale somewhere, and just people with balloons and all kinds of crazy stuff all over the place, and teepees. And it was crazy. I remember there was this one in Santa Monica, like on the top of Santa Monica Hills. You had to, because everything was secret, right? There's like secret places, locations,
it was just
right?
Super new, so it was all like not illegal, but cop would shut it down.
Yeah, big time. So this one place, the Santa Monica spot, we had to meet at the bottom of the Santa Monica Mountain Hill, and then there was this road that winded up into the darkness. And so every like half hour, this big giant yellow bus would come down, grab as many people as it could, because there was a lot of people. He put like 90 people on the bus, drive back up, and then 30 minutes later, you'd be waiting there, and it's all cold. You'd be waiting there. He comes back down, grabs some more people, take them. We're like, man, should we leave? Should we leave? We're like almost ready to leave. But when we get there, you see this just a mass of people. You see like teepees. You see the art going around. You see the dopest music, people dancing like crazy, having fun. It was awesome, man. So I just love that.
That's wild. What a time.
Yeah, I love house music. I'm freaking crazy. I for years I used to DJ myself too, but I was just like a wannabe house DJ. It was funny, but your dad loves it too. He drives to Oregon by himself with listening to your music. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, he loves it. He's because he used to be, I don't know how much he's told you, but he used to be a doorman at some of the bars and clubs.
Oh, okay.
So he was surrounded by that, and then he would just go into the bars and stuff afterwards, and clubs, and nightclubs when he was done, because he just loved that music. So I've always been surrounded by it, and it's like just become a part of me that I love, and I get to now put back into it what it's given me.
It's crazy. And that, I'm glad that you answered earlier. You don't remember how to play guitar. You don't play any instruments. Your instrument, and I want people to understand this. DJ equipment, spinning, whether it's vinyl or fake CDs or sounds, and making them work together, it is an instrument. Believe me, I've been behind it. You have to know how to count bars. You said you knew something about music theory, like literal music theory, like writing notes and stuff?
Yes, writing notes and how different chords and chord structure works. And
that's a huge advantage.
And everything's time signatures. That's like the more difficult side that I'm always growing and always learning.
Oh, hell yeah. That never ends.
Yeah, it'll never end. And then it's like at the end of the day, once you know the rules, like then the number one rule of music is to not break all of them.
Twist them like a jazz musician.
It's like so counterintuitive. So it's like just start, learn everything, learn how it's made, and then once you know that, you can start breaking things, and that's how these big records are made, is because people do something that like has not been repeated. And
sick.
That just makes people go crazy, because they're like, this doesn't make sense. This is not how normal music should be played, but it works because it just sounds so good.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's how jazz works. That's how all jazz works, basically.
Exactly. Yeah, you look at jazz, and they do not care.
100%. Like I used to play Latin percussion, so I'd be around jazz musicians all the time, and all we talked about was theory, and going like crazy over it, like too much, like just tons of knowledge, and then just go on stage and just do like total opposite,
Yeah.
and then just like break rules but it was experimental, like, and I think that's the
Yes.
thing. I think that if you listen to like acid jazz or house music, and it kind of converges where the jazz, I like, that's what I like about acid jazz, like it combines the jazz elements, the jazz theories with electronica, basically, is what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So it's an amazing. If you guys get a chance, go listen to some acid jazz or house music, and you get those elements of raw instruments but they're like on wax or on electrical data nowadays and on MP3s, and you're messing with them, and you have those. Now you got so easy. You got the thing track going across, and you can say
Oh
yes,
yeah.
no,
It becomes
yes,
so
no,
easy.
yes, no, and then just whatever you want, you can make it happen. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about music is it's like it's a blank art canvas, and like you can mess and do anything. There's no limits. There's no real. I mean, there are structures, but for yourself, like there's no structure. You can make whatever you want, and it can sound good. And if you love it, you put it out there. People will like it. People might not like it, and it doesn't have to be anything. It can just be something that just like sounds cool to you. And the dream is hopefully people like that as well.
That's it, dude. That's what this show's all about. And everybody that comes on the show has that thing that you have. The hip hop artists that come on here, they're not famous, but their music is freaking sick. And their scene knows what it is. Their people know what it is. Not the real, but their people know what it is. I know what it is. The filmmakers that I had on last night, the same way, they're making movies on YouTube that their people know what it is. I know what their zombie movie is. It's sick. It's dope. It's got guns. It's got action. You play stuff. You're creating stuff. I think Rick Rubin talks about that, creating for yourself first, and hearing what you like, and then eventually what you just said is eventually people will like it too, because they just
Absolutely.
hear and understand, or they just appreciate that art. That's the final step, right? Other people appreciating the art.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's also the hardest thing I had to learn was creating for myself. Because if you go through my SoundCloud and Spotify, a lot of my stuff is like, if you look at the time of like the big genre that was being produced, I was like copying that because I'm like, oh, I got to make sure I like do what everybody's doing and I'll hop on the train. But by the
Yeah,
time I would release the song, I'm already missed the train, and they've all that like genre's already taken off, and there's a new genre. So
it's
I've like
constantly
even
changing.
this past few years, I've been like, Sam, like, what do you really want to do? What do you love to do? That no matter what genre or like what is big at the time, you know, you will love and you will still want to produce and still DJ. Because I've like it was a struggle for me because I'm like, oh, I'm trying to chase what everybody's doing and I'm not chasing what Sam wants to do and what Sam loves and what makes Sam Sam. And I'm just always playing a catch up game where now I feel like I'm at a place where I can take a step back and be like, no, I'm gonna like really lock down and nail down what I want to produce, what I want to play, who I want to be as an artist, and the rest will follow. At the end of the day, it's like exactly what I had said. It's like you hope the world hears your music and you get to have like a little sliver of like history. But at the end of the day, it's like, especially as a music producer or someone in music, every musician knows this. It's like you're not guaranteed money, you're not guaranteed fame. That's
Exactly.
like that's one of the perks, and like I love that, and like I hope that happens. But at the end of the day, I'm like I'm stoked that I make music that I love and that all my friends love, and hopefully I played at some bars and clubs that other people like too, and then eventually I grow from there and keep riding that. But I like feel very confident in myself. I can say today that if I don't make it or like don't make it big, there's no real like level of making it big. Everyone's still growing.
And there's all
But at
these
the end of the day,
levels
it's
of like big to you is one thing, big to another person is bigger,
like
and then
100%.
somebody that's just jamming, that's big. Like I got everything
Yeah,
I need. I got a wife, kids. I'm happy. I don't need all the billions of dollars. Like I'm happy. Like there's a
yeah,
certain joy in just being in that creative space, right?
yeah. And you said it perfectly. It's joy. You like if you don't have the joy, man, what are you doing?
Right.
You can't be chasing things for the end result. You got to be chasing it for like the now and how you feel. and always be looking to the future. But yeah, you gotta enjoy it. You gotta enjoy it. It can't become a job because then that's when you lose it.
That's when it's just the worst.
But it's like cool things like this, where you and your podcast or me DJing music. It's like, yeah, it's a job at the end of the day, but it's like we love it, and the excitement and the passion that like I see you have when like you start the podcast, or for me when I like go on. It's like that's what I love to see, is that the people are excited no matter where they're at in their journey, and they're stoked and they're going for it. And
Going
that
100%, bro. You just described the whole show right there. I'm gonna clip that and make that part of my the Raise Flames commercial. That's awesome, dude. So what happens to then is it becomes a wonderful world, and you have a song called "The Wonderful World." You're not going to be able to hear it. It's just like a radio show. The audience is going to be able to hear it, but I'm gonna play that for them now. Let's listen to "A Wonderful World" from DJ Sam Duran on the Raise Flames radio show. Nice. Get a little taste of that. Sam Duran, Sam Dutois, DJ Sam Duran, right here on the Raise Flaves Lunchtime Raise Flaves show. It is amazing, man. I love that song. I go, that thing is like awe inspiring. That makes things like, that makes me feel like the white picket fences are coming back. The dogs are barking again. The Barbie pool's full. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, that was a song I made during COVID because it was just exactly that thing. I'm like, life's too great. That's when like things were starting to open back up and I could go like camping again. So I was
damn,
like,
you love camping?
that was life. I'm like, get to go outside. Like the social distancing was camping, so I'm like, great, I can like go out and not be indoors anymore. So like that song just was an inspiration to just like get back to life and be excited for what life is, and that. It's just be excited for what life is.
Dude, it sounds exactly like it. Exactly. A Wonderful World by DJ Sam Duran. When your dad was on, he talked about, you guys your family's from South Africa, right?
Yes. Yeah, my dad's from South Africa.
Yeah, and then he talked about a time where he was working for Hollywood, doing stuff for Hollywood, and then COVID came around, and the economy came around 2008, where he just took the family and went back to South Africa. He went back to South Africa for a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he went back to South Africa to help promote a sunglass company that needed rights in South Africa, and he was like the best person to do it.
Yeah.
Because they needed someone who knew South Africa and knew the culture, and they got him to bring that company over there.
Crazy.
So we went with him for a year and a half. That was during the 2010 World Cup. That was a wild time to be in South Africa. It was a party every single day. Like,
how old were you at that time?
At that time I was about like 9 or 10.
Wow, dude. So
just at the age where I'm able to take everything in and like remember things, and so like that's the last trip to South Africa that I remember so clearly.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to add. Like, because he described a lot about the trip and about traveling in a van and all kinds of crazy stuff. And
Yeah,
so,
it was wild.
so you're 9 years old, bro, and you're seeing things that like a lot of people don't get to see, but also
Yeah.
you're hearing the sounds. What was that like for somebody who loves music? What were some of the sounds that you were hearing? What was the soundtrack at that time?
They were all new because in South Africa, it's not always playing the top tens that we have here in America.
Sure.
They also have their own artists and their own music
Oh,
culture over there. So
right.
you go over there and you like turn on the radio and you think you're gonna hear like Taylor Swift or something, and then it's like nope, they're
They
playing
never heard of that.
whoever's big over there, and of course they'll throw in some like big American hits, but it's a lot of like Afrikaans music, which is the language
He
over
said
there,
that Afrikaan, yeah.
and a lot of like actual covers of popular songs in Afrikaans. And then house music's pretty big over there too, so there's a little bit of like um, stuff sprinkled in over there, but a lot of it was, I think, it was very eye opening to me because I couldn't understand the language. So I was just sitting and I liked the beat. So like my mind
Yeah.
is always thinking about the beat.
And your dad speaks Afrikaan from when he was a kid.
Yes, my
So
dad speaks
so you're just
Afrikaans.
like tripping out, like, what is this?
Yeah, whenever he would have to talk about like adult things around me, he'd switch to Afrikaans with his family, and then everything go over my head.
Just
And
like
I'm
my
like, they're
family,
saying,
they start speaking Spanish. Hey, mira, hey, you know what he's doing?
yeah,
Crazy. That's awesome.
yeah. But it was cool because that's like actually the first time I was introduced to house music, or just not EDM. EDM's that's like the overall genre, but
Electrical.
most importantly, like the subgenre house music.
Nice.
Because they love clubs out there. They love nightclubs, bars, everything. The
That's my
nightlife
favorite.
there
Is your as far as electrical music, my favorite is house. Is that your favorite?
yeah,
I love it.
I've bounced around and done progressive house, electric house, all the big crazy things, but I've always come back to house music.
Just feels more
It's something
eclectic.
that,
You know what I mean? Like there's
yeah,
difference
and
is
there's
within
so
it.
much you can do with it, and
Yeah.
it's something everybody loves. And you say house music, people are like, oh yeah, I know that, I like that,
Right.
and that like kind of gets people in the door.
Nice. It's
Yeah,
sellable.
exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I listen. My dad would always play house music, and he would be at festivals promoting these sunglasses. I don't know if the sunglass company is around anymore, but we would go to these festivals and promote things, and then of course they'd have DJs there that would play at night. So here I am, like 9 years old, running around these like festival grounds, like watching all the DJs
Damn.
climbing trees to just see them because like it was too small to like go through the crowd of people.
Oh,
And it was just so
crazy.
cool because I just loved just what they would play because I'd never heard of any of this stuff before. So it's like you're listening to all this new music for the first time, and it's like
Yeah.
when you listen to your favorite song for the first time, you're like, this changes me. Like I have goosebumps. Like what is this? I want more of this.
Right.
And
That
just
was
like go
that
back to my
moment.
dad. Sorry.
That was that moment. That's crazy.
Yeah. It has. Yeah, I'll never forget it. That moment when you hear that, I'm like, I want to do this. I don't know what this is. I'm like 9 years old. I'm not even allowed in clubs or bars, but like I want to do
Freaking
this.
beautiful.
So then I like asked my dad. That's when like the iPads had just come out, so I was
Right.
able to like download a $2 like DJ software that I could like
Ooh,
practice on there.
what?
So I was just like playing around with my iPad, walking around the house, just like mixing these like I don't even know what the songs were. They were probably two like big songs I liked at the time, and I would just mess with them. And that like kind of got me into just on a deck for the first time. So it was on an iPad.
Dude, that's how Sam
Not even-
Duran started. You got the Race Flaves exclusive. See, that's why you listen to the show. That's why you subscribe to the show. These Race Flaves exclusives. You guys just figured out and saw and listened to how Sam Duran, the DJ, started. It was a little iPad. He's watched. Dude, Sam, you got to get famous. Here's the thing. I had a vision right now. Like, you got to get famous because here's the thing. Like, you have to get famous because of all the in-between stuff. Like, you got to get famous because I need to get my friends to make a movie of you as a little kid running through the festival, and then you climbing that tree and just seeing this, and then you playing with the little radio thing, and then there's an image of you just in the future of like being a DJ. That'd be great. We got to make that movie. I want to make that movie.
Heck yeah.
The DJ Sam Duran movie.
That'd be so sick.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's an awesome, dude. Your life's a movie. That's crazy, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Let's listen to something called Palms from DJ Sam Duran. Here we go. There it is, Palms by DJ Sam Duran. Holy moly, I just had a flashback. I was in the freaking audience again with my neon light sticks that I used to have. Ooh, oh man, I was just because I was more like that.
Yeah, that's more the house music style.
Yeah, straight.
Jumping anytime.
It was crazy, man. I gotta have you back on the show, my man. We're running out of time. We're out of time, but man, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me, Ray. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Any shows coming up? When's the next club show?
Yeah, so I got a show June 20th at Woody's Wharf in Newport Beach.
Woody's Wharf.
And I go on at 10 p.m. and that's a Thursday, 10 p.m. So this is like for a lot of producers or just DJs starting out. They'll most likely give you off days to like test you and see how you do well, how many people can you bring. Like I could talk for hours on like what like you would need to do to get your foot in the door at some place.
Oh wow.
Biggest thing is connections, but
that's for the next show. You got an hour, you come on the show and you talk about how to get in the door.
Oh heck yeah. I'm like
right?
I'm still growing and learning, but like there's little things that I learned from other DJs and now I've got my foot in the door to place, and they want me back the second time. So
no
that's
way.
It's a good feeling to know.
Was that show that you had in April? Is that what got him?
Yes. Yeah, that's what got me.
Dude, you had everybody. I saw videos. Everybody was dancing like all night till like 3 in the morning. The chicks were going crazy. Like, whoa! Well, the freaking OC chicks were just going, oh my God, DJ Sam Duran. Like all night long. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was a fun vibe.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. Definitely want you back on the show anytime you want. Guys, that's DJ Sam Duran. Follow him on Spotify. He's got a show coming up June 20th at the Woody's Work in Costa Mesa. Isn't it Costa Mesa?
Yeah, Newport Beach.
Newport Beach. Woody's Work in Newport Beach at 10 o'clock. Get your nap in early. I know by 9 o'clock I'm ready to fall asleep. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to take a nap the whole day, and then I'm going to go to the show, DJ Sam Duran at 10 o'clock, our Woody's Work on Thursday. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Juice Gang Gang, Juice Gang Gang. I got to get back to work. Stay thirsty, not dangerous. Have a great one.